Some transformations are subtle, invisible to everyone except the person undergoing them. A man becomes a Sigma male not by announcing it or seeking recognition, but by quietly reshaping himself from the inside out. It's not about status, power, or dominance. It's about independence, clarity, and self-mastery. Those who encounter him may notice a difference, a presence that is calm, decisive, and completely self-contained. But the shift is mostly internal, and it reveals itself through actions, choices, and mindset. A Sigma male does not conform to social expectations. He does not chase approval or validation. His sense of identity and worth is rooted in his own values and understanding. This independence is built gradually through repeated reflection, careful decisions, and a conscious awareness of the world around him. While most people live guided by external pressures, he learns to operate guided by his own principles. That internal compass changes everything. Another hallmark of the transformation is how he handles challenges and adversity. A man in the process of becoming a Sigma male is no longer swayed by criticism, gossip, or peer pressure. He evaluates situations rationally, identifies what matters, and disregards what does not. People around him may notice he no longer seeks approval, yet he remains considerate, observant, and effective. This balance between detachment and engagement is the core of his evolution. The journey to becoming a Sigma male also involves learning to manage energy and attention. He understands that time is limited and that not all connections, obligations, or distractions deserve focus. He prioritizes quality over quantity, depth over appearances, and results over popularity. This shift in priorities shapes his decisions and behavior in subtle but unmistakable ways. In this video, we will explore 6 signs that indicate a man has fully transformed into a Sigma male. These signs are not about flashy behavior or social dominance. They are about mindset, independence, and quiet strength. Each sign demonstrates a different aspect of his evolution, from embracing solitude to developing emotional independence and cultivating deep self-awareness. By examining these traits, we can understand how a man evolves into someone who lives on his own terms, remains unshaken by external pressures, and commands respect without demanding it. Sign number 1. Embracing solitude as a source of strength. The first clear sign that a man has transformed into a Sigma male is how he approaches solitude. While most people associate being alone with loneliness or weakness, a Sigma male has learned to view solitude as a source of power and clarity. For him, being alone is not punishment or avoidance. It is a tool for reflection, focus, and growth. In solitude, he can evaluate his decisions, plan his future, and reconnect with his inner principles. He uses this time to observe his thoughts, understand his emotions, and reinforce his personal standards. Unlike men who rely on social validation to shape their identity, he knows that true strength comes from self-sufficiency. Solitude allows him to nurture this strength without external interference. The Sigma male also uses time alone to recharge. Social interactions, while sometimes necessary, can drain his energy. By intentionally seeking moments of isolation, he maintains balance and mental clarity. This self-awareness is crucial. He knows when to engage with others and when to withdraw, which allows him to operate at peak effectiveness without becoming reactive or overwhelmed. Solitude also shapes his decision-making. He has learned to trust his instincts and judgments because he has spent time understanding himself without external influence. This independence allows him to make choices confidently, even when they go against social expectations. Others may perceive him as detached or aloof, But in reality, he is deeply present with himself and fully grounded in his priorities. Another dimension of this sign is how he handles relationships. He values quality over quantity, preferring meaningful connections over shallow interactions. This selective approach stems from his understanding that not every connection adds value to his life. By embracing solitude, he avoids distractions, conserves energy, and ensures that his focus remains aligned with his long-term goals. Ultimately, embracing solitude as a source of strength demonstrates a fundamental shift in perspective. The man is no longer dependent on others for emotional or mental stability. He has learned that independence and self-reflection provide clarity, confidence, and resilience. This is one of the most powerful indicators that a man has begun the transformation into a Sigma male. Sign number 2, prioritizing personal goals over societal expectations. The second sign of transformation is the Sigma male's prioritization of his own goals over societal expectations. While most men follow predefined paths dictated by social norms, traditions, or peer pressure, the Sigma male evaluates every decision based on personal relevance and long-term impact. He is guided by purpose rather than popularity. This prioritization begins with self-reflection. He identifies what truly matters to him, whether it is personal growth, career objectives, creative pursuits, or relationships that align with his values. Once these priorities are established, he uses them as a filter to determine which obligations, interactions, or opportunities deserve his attention. Everything else is secondary and often discarded. The Sigma male also recognizes the costs of conforming to societal expectations. Following the crowd or seeking approval can waste energy, dilute focus, and compromise integrity. By rejecting external pressures, he gains freedom to operate on his own terms. This is not reckless defiance, it is deliberate, strategic independence. He knows that fulfilling his personal goals requires focus and discipline, not social compliance. This sign is visible in his choices. He may decline popular opportunities, avoid unnecessary social engagements, or pursue unconventional career paths. These actions are not impulsive or rebellious for the sake of attention. Instead, they are aligned with his priorities and principles. Others may see him as unpredictable or distant, but his actions are consistent with his personal objectives. By prioritizing personal goals over societal expectations, the Sigma male demonstrates self-determination. He is no longer driven by the fear of judgment, the need for approval, or the desire to fit in. This independence allows him to remain focused, disciplined, and resilient, characteristics that define the Sigma male transformation. Finally, this approach fosters a sense of empowerment. He experiences progress on his own terms, builds confidence through achievement, and avoids distractions that could derail him. By consistently prioritizing what matters most, he strengthens his autonomy and further cements his transformation into a Sigma male. Sign number 3, developing emotional self-sufficiency. The third sign that a man has transformed into a Sigma male is his emotional self-sufficiency. Unlike most people who seek reassurance, comfort, or validation from others to manage their feelings, the Sigma male learns to regulate his own emotions. He understands that his sense of stability and contentment must come from within, not from the opinions, approval, or actions of others. Emotional self-sufficiency begins with awareness. The Sigma male studies his emotional responses to different situations, identifying patterns in his behavior, triggers, and vulnerabilities. Over time, he learns to anticipate how he will react and develop strategies to maintain composure, even in the face of stress, criticism, or unexpected challenges. This self-mastery allows him to navigate life confidently without being dependent on external validation. Part of this transformation is resilience. While others may be shaken by conflict, rejection, or failure, the Sigma male processes these experiences internally. He evaluates what happened, extracts lessons, and adjusts his behavior for the future. Unlike men who become reactive, defensive, or emotionally dependent, he remains grounded, viewing challenges as opportunities to grow stronger and more self-reliant. Emotional self-sufficiency also influences how he handles relationships. He is capable of forming deep connections, but he is not emotionally dependent on them. He participates fully in interactions, offering support and understanding, yet he does not rely on others to define his worth or dictate his happiness. This balance allows him to remain emotionally stable, regardless of the behavior or approval of those around him. Additionally, the Sigma male's self-sufficiency extends to decision-making. He does not allow feelings like fear, envy, or guilt to dictate his actions. Instead, he evaluates each situation rationally while remaining aware of his own emotional state. By doing this, he ensures that his decisions are aligned with his long-term goals, personal values, and overall well-being. Developing emotional self-sufficiency also allows him to maintain clarity and focus. Without reliance on the emotional influence of others, he can dedicate energy to meaningful pursuits, personal growth, and strategic actions. This independence makes him less vulnerable to manipulation, pressure, or societal expectations, further cementing his Sigma male identity. Ultimately, emotional self-sufficiency is a hallmark of transformation. It demonstrates a man who is no longer ruled by external factors, who can navigate challenges calmly, and who operates from a place of internal control and resilience. It is a foundational trait that underlies many other characteristics of the Sigma male. Sign number 4, cultivating deep introspection and self-awareness. The fourth sign of a man transforming into a Sigma male is his deep introspection and self-awareness. This quality is not superficial or occasional, it is a constant, deliberate practice. The Sigma male examines his own thoughts, behaviors, and motivations, understanding himself at a level that allows him to make informed decisions and maintain control over his life. Introspection involves evaluating past experiences, assessing personal strengths and weaknesses, and recognizing areas for improvement. The Sigma male uses this process to guide his actions, ensuring that each choice aligns with his values and long-term objectives. By consistently reflecting on himself, he develops clarity about who he is, what he wants, and how to achieve it. Self-awareness extends beyond understanding internal states. It allows him to perceive social dynamics, energy, and intentions in others. He notices inconsistencies, detects hidden motives, and identifies patterns in behavior that may influence his interactions. This awareness equips him to navigate relationships strategically, maintaining autonomy while engaging meaningfully. Deep introspection also enhances emotional regulation. By understanding his own triggers and responses, he can control reactions that might otherwise compromise his composure. This self-control is crucial in high-pressure situations, enabling him to act deliberately rather than react impulsively. Others may perceive this calmness as detachment, but it is the result of conscious self-management. Additionally, introspection allows the Sigma male to maintain alignment with his goals. He evaluates whether relationships, opportunities, and social obligations support or hinder his objectives. This awareness helps him prune distractions and focus on what matters most, strengthening independence and reinforcing the traits of a Sigma male. Over time, cultivating introspection builds confidence. He understands his limitations, acknowledges his strengths, and trusts his judgment. This self-knowledge reduces vulnerability to manipulation and external pressure. Because he is aware of his own values, priorities, and capacities, he can make difficult choices, including leaving relationships or situations that no longer serve him. In essence, deep introspection and self-awareness mark a man who has evolved internally. It reflects maturity, intentionality, and control, allowing him to live in alignment with his principles and operate with autonomy, foresight, and quiet authority. Sign number 5. Adopting a nonconformist approach to life. The fifth sign of transformation into a Sigma male is the adoption of a nonconformist approach to life. Unlike those who follow societal norms, seek approval, or adhere to traditional paths, the Sigma male evaluates each situation independently. He chooses actions, goals, and relationships based on personal principles rather than external expectations. Nonconformity begins with awareness of social influence. The Sigma male recognizes the pressures and assumptions that guide most people's behavior. Rather than accepting these norms blindly, he assesses whether they align with his own values and long-term vision. If not, he carves his own path, even if it goes against popular opinion or challenges conventional wisdom. This approach affects decisions in all areas of life. In career choices, he may pursue unconventional opportunities that others overlook. In relationships, he chooses companions based on shared values rather than social status. In lifestyle, he prioritizes independence and authenticity over fitting in. Each choice reflects deliberate non-conformity, guided by purpose rather than fear of judgment. Non-conformity also reinforces resilience. By rejecting societal pressure as the primary motivator, he reduces susceptibility to criticism, manipulation, and comparison. He no longer seeks validation from others, which allows him to navigate life without being constrained by expectations or trends. The Sigma male's nonconformist behavior may be subtle or overt. Others might notice unconventional priorities, unusual career moves, or deliberate independence in social interactions. Yet his choices are never reckless. They are calculated, intentional, and grounded in principle. This strategic independence ensures that he can operate freely while maintaining alignment with his goals. Adopting a nonconformist approach ultimately strengthens identity and autonomy. It demonstrates that the Sigma male is self-directed, guided by values rather than conventions, and willing to challenge societal norms to maintain integrity and pursue personal growth. Sign number 6. Exhibiting quiet confidence and self-assurance. The sixth sign that a man has transformed into a Sigma male is the presence of quiet confidence and self-assurance. Unlike men who project dominance, seek attention, or rely on external recognition, the Sigma male's confidence is calm, internal, and self-contained. It is visible not through words or grand gestures, but through actions, composure, and decisiveness. This confidence emerges from years of self-mastery and intentional living. He has learned to understand his own strengths, limitations, and values, allowing him to navigate life without fear of judgment or failure. He does not need to prove himself to others because he already trusts his capabilities and decisions. That self-trust is the foundation of his assurance. Quiet confidence also influences how he interacts with others. He does not dominate conversations, seek approval, or manipulate situations to assert superiority. Instead, he listens, observes, and contributes with clarity and precision. His presence commands respect naturally, not because he demands it, but because others sense his competence, clarity, and independence. This self-assurance allows him to make difficult decisions with ease. He is not paralyzed by fear, hesitation, or external expectations. When faced with challenges, he acts decisively, relying on both reason and intuition. Even when taking risks, he remains calm because his confidence is grounded in preparation, knowledge, and self-awareness. Another aspect of quiet confidence is emotional stability. The Sigma male remains composed under stress or confrontation, which amplifies his presence. Others may react emotionally or unpredictably, but he maintains balance and poise. This stability fosters trust and credibility, even among people who are initially skeptical of his approach. Moreover, self-assurance reinforces independence. Because he does not rely on the validation of others, he can focus fully on personal goals and growth. His confidence is not performative. It does not require attention or approval. This allows him to operate with freedom, maintain integrity, and navigate complex social dynamics effectively. Ultimately, quiet confidence is a clear indicator that a man has completed the transformation into a Sigma male. It is the visible expression of a deeply cultivated mindset, one that is independent, self-reliant, and fully in control of itself. It reflects a person who commands respect not through force or noise, but through competence, clarity, and authenticity. Transformation into a Sigma male is subtle, deliberate, and profound. It is not about achieving status, impressing others, or controlling social situations. Instead, it is about cultivating independence, self-awareness, emotional resilience, and purpose-driven action. The 6 signs outlined in this video, embracing solitude, prioritizing personal goals, developing emotional self-sufficiency, cultivating introspection, adopting non-conformity, and exhibiting quiet confidence, are the most recognizable markers of this evolution. A man who has embraced these traits operates on his own terms. He is guided by internal principles rather than social expectations. He makes decisions based on purpose rather than approval. He maintains clarity and balance even in challenging situations. And because he has mastered himself, his presence commands respect naturally without seeking it. Recognizing these signs in yourself or others can provide insight into personal growth and independence. For men aspiring to this transformation, it is a reminder that the path requires discipline, reflection, and intentional living. For those observing, it is an opportunity to understand the value of autonomy, clarity, and self-reliance. The Sigma male's transformation is ongoing. While the signs are visible, the internal work continues, deepening self-mastery, refining focus, and strengthening independence. Each step of this journey enhances resilience, self-confidence, and the ability to live authentically. By understanding these 6 signs, viewers can appreciate the depth of a Sigma male's evolution. It is a model of quiet strength, deliberate living, and internal freedom. The transformation is not superficial. It is a complete reshaping of how a man relates to himself, others, and the world. Reflect on these signs and consider your own path. Are you cultivating independence, self-awareness, and clarity? Are your choices guided by purpose rather than expectation? Recognizing and practicing these qualities is the first step toward becoming a Sigma male yourself, someone who navigates life on his own terms with quiet confidence and authentic strength.